What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we're going to talk about the patch notes for the upcoming update. And speaking of which, we'll start off with the maintenance notice here. And the maintenance is going to last about 7 hours. This is pretty long maintenance, and it's going to last from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. PDD time. I actually live in UTCO time in Vietnam, but it's going to be about 7 hours, so it's a long maintenance. You know, we got 3 new uniforms. We got 5 characters that can reach level 70. Yelena is getting her Awakened Transcendent skill, which we already knew. We got a new Guided Quest Tier 3 added, which is pretty interesting. We got a new Quality of Life change with the ISO 8 set and newer amplification setups. We got an extra legendary boss for Black Widow, which is pretty cool. And then a new Season Future Pass, and then a uniform collection, and some other things. So let's get into the patch notes. So we scroll down here, and you know, we've already talked about some of the new things that we got. So let's take a look at Falcon. So Falcon, he's going to get the, you know, he's still going to be a speed type. He's still a hero. And he's got the increased all attack by 15%. This is pretty standard. And then, you know, changes effective skill, survival training, enhances effective skill, loyal ally, and change the effective skill, defense increase. So applies itself, increases chain hit damage by 10% when attacking. So that's really great. He's going to be getting extra chain hit damage. That's going to help with Pierce. I really wish it was more than 10%, but until we play with him, until we see how many hits he's actually doing, we really have no idea how good this is going to be. And then we have the loyal ally leadership, which apply to all allies, dodge rate increased by 15%. That's kind of whatever. We're not going to be using that leadership probably at all. And then we have survival training passive, applies to self, increased guaranteed dodge by 30%. I mean, that's fine. And then defense increases tier 2 passive. When dodging, he actually gets a 30% recovery of max HP. Now, Daredevil actually got something similar to this where he could dodge, he could get a heal, and it really didn't prove to be very effective, but 30% recovery of max HP is a lot. And this is on an 8-second cooldown, plus he gets a 40% increase of physical attack. So it's actually going to be very important for Falcon to dodge. So he gets that 40% increased physical attack, and he also gets that heal. So he's going to get extra survivability, and he's going to get extra damage. So I mean, CTP of Rage is going to give you that extra dodge, so it might be a Rage, guys. I mean, we'll see. And then we have first skill. Nothing really special here. The second skill gives him a stun. Okay, whatever. The third skill gives him an all defense down. It starts off at 25%. That's pretty awesome. And stacks up to 50%. So he's not going to have to do that many hits. He's only going to need to do 2 hits to stack it up to 50%. So that's actually really great. And then he also has a 4-second invincibility. And this is pretty interesting. He has an increased damage by 50% for 2 attacks. So he has a built-in damage proc. And because it says 2 attacks, you actually can use this skill, right? You could do hits with this skill and then go into another skill and still get this damage proc because it's increased damage for 2 attacks. That's actually pretty amazing. I'm really happy that they did that, because a lot of times when they do it for increased 1 attack, it's like, you know, you have to use the attack on that skill, unless for certain characters they make it to where you can cancel it and go into other skills. And then the 4th skill gives him a dodge rate increase. This is actually really good for him because of that healing passive that he has, right? Because of the heal, because of 4% of physical attack. So that's actually really good. So maybe he won't need a rage. Maybe he won't need a rage at all. 60% is a lot. I mean, I know it's only for 3 seconds, but that's a lot. So if you have this skill up whenever you're being attacked, there's a good chance that maybe you're going to get a heal and get that 40% increase of physical attack. So that's actually pretty awesome that they put that in his kit. And then he has penetration, which on a skill, which makes you kind of wonder, is this guy going to be good for PvP? I guess we'll find out. And then we have applies itself ignore target dodge rate by 70% on his 5th skill. And he is a speed type, so he's kind of the type of bench gets Mephisto. But when we see that ignore dodge, we're thinking null, right? We're thinking null. Wow, so he's not going to need any strikers at all. This is on a, what, 8.5-second cooldown, so it's going to be up pretty much almost all the time. So you're not really going to need any strikers for Falcon against null. And then he gets an increased all attack by 40%, which is nice. 35% increased crit rate. These are going to be up pretty much all the time. So Falcon looking pretty sweet. I don't see no damage accumulation right now, but I'm sure that's going to change. Then we get Winter Soldier. Still a speed type, still a superhero. Some people thought maybe he would be a villain. I don't know why anyone would think that. I mean, I know Winter Soldier's got a darkened past, but he is definitely a hero in the show for sure, because he's trying to atone for his sins, more or less. And we scroll down here, the uniform effect, and it enhances a couple effects that he has, cybernetic punch and all-out assault. And then he gives him chain hit damage by 15% when attacking. So he's actually getting 5% more chain hit than what Falcon did. That's actually really good because, again, that's going to synergize with Pierce. It's going to make him have a lot of damage. And even if you don't have Pierce, you're still going to get a lot of extra damage. And then applies to self. He gets a 5% increase of HP. Okay, and then he gets super armor. Okay, whatever. And then tier 2 passive, ignore target dodge rate by 100%. You don't know what that means, guys. It's only for 3 seconds, not like Falcon, who has a 8 seconds of it, but 3 seconds is still enough time to put a lot of damage on Null. So it's actually good. It's a 45% chance when attacking, so it's not guaranteed that you're going to have it, but I mean 45% is a pretty high chance. And then active skill 1, nothing really there. Active skill 2 gives them a 10% increase of all attack. And then the third skill's got a lot of attacks. Oh my god. And counter attacks when defending against enemy. Okay, so it's a counter attack. All right. And then he's got burn damage on it. He has stun. He has immunity for 5 seconds. He has damage accumulation based on how much damage you deal. That's freaking amazing. So they got rid of the damage taken and they gave him a damage accumulation based on how much damage he deals. And that is awesome, guys. But it's only 0.6%. I really wish they would have gave him more, but we'll see how strong he is in his new uniform. But that's kind of a... yeah, I don't know, man. It's a bit of a red flag for me. But we'll see. You just never know. Sometimes characters are stronger than what they might appear to be. I would have liked to have seen a plus 1% or more, to be honest with you guys. And then the 4 gives him 5 seconds of invincibility. He has an all defense down, goes up to 50%, but only starts off at 2%. So he's going to have to do a 25 hits in order to get up to that 50% all defense down. So that's a lot of hits. We'll see how that plays out. But it's good to see he's got invincibility. And this is on a 7.5 second cooldown. So he's going to have that up. Most time his survivability ought to be a lot better in this uniform. And then his 5th skill gives him some burn damage. And then 60% chance of missing attack. Okay. And then increase all attack by 30%. So he didn't get as good an all attack buff as Falcon did. But he honestly, compared to Falcon, he probably didn't need it as much. Then he's got a crit rate by 1%. Okay. And then we get to Zemo. And Zemo, of course, still a villain, still a speed character, right? So there is always that chance he's going to be a new speed villain meta, especially for ABX. Applies himself. He gets an increase of all attack, small increase of all attack. And then his leadership, 60% increase of all attack, and ignore target dodge by 35%. Yeah, I mean, he's still going to be the speed villain meta. ABX leadership for sure, especially now that he's getting bumped up from 50% to 60%. And then having that ignore target dodge rate, especially during paralyzed season, is actually really, really good. Because whenever you don't paralyze the beast, it actually increases its dodge. So having that ignore dodge is actually going to help a lot. And then we get the passives. The tier 1 passive deals bleed damage. Okay, bleeds ain't worth shit in this game. Tier 2 applies damage, deals. Okay, bleed and worth shit. Sorry guys, but in this game, dot effects aren't worth a damn. They're only worth a crap when it comes to the world boss doing it to you. But as far as any character we have in the game applying dot, it's shit in this game. It really is. It's something Netmarble really should address and work on. Make bleed and make our dot effects more relevant, because right now they're just crap. So whenever we see these dot effects, we're like, yeah, whatever. It's not going to help. It's not going to do anything for us, so we don't care. Active skill 1's nothing. 3 skill. It's a... okay, so his 3rd skill actually ignores iframe, and this is on a 7-second cooldown. Zemo viable for PvP? Maybe, we'll see. And then he also has a 100% chance to penetrate everything. He has a 100% chance to penetrate everything on the skill that has ignore iframe. And then he's got an all attack buff, crit rate buff on this thing. Oh my god. So... and he's got a 100% chance to become immune to all damage for 6 seconds. It's very possible that we're looking at a skill that might be very relevant in PvP. Wow. Even if you use him in PvP, you'll still be able to use him in ABX if you're just going to use him for that leadership with this uniform. And then the 4th skill, he has a paralysis that applies War Boss. He has an all defense down that starts off at 45%, stacks up to 45%. So he gets the instantaneous 45%, which means he ought to do a pretty good amount of damage. It's not really that much all defense down, but it's still good. That's a lot better than what he had before, because it didn't even apply to World Boss before. And then he has, again, the same thing with the all defense down, incapacitation, which is good for PvP. Then he has super armor for 5 seconds. Okay. Interesting. And then these are the 5 characters that are going to go up to level 70. And then we go to Falcon's tier 3. Now, Falcon on tier 3 has an all defense down that starts off at 20%, which is really great, guys. You know that when you start off with that high all defense down, it's going to allow you to fill up the cup much faster and do a lot more damage at a quicker rate. So it's actually great. And the fact that he's got paralysis on this thing is actually really good for World Boss, other than Null and Mephisto and the last two phases of Thanos, because you'll actually be able to lock the character down. They won't go in an iframe or anything, and you actually do a lot of damage to them. So that's actually pretty amazing. And it stacks up to 60%, so you give him a debuff leadership. He's going to have a pretty good amount of all defense down, although he probably won't need it, especially with players that have a lot of Pierce on their account. Then he gets invincibility for 10 seconds. He gets increased damage dealt to supervillain faction by 70%. Holy crap! Oh my god, I went over this once already. I didn't even see that. Oh my god. That's bonkers, guys. Whoa! Oh my god, that's good. And then he accumulates. He has damage accumulation on his tier 3. So it's looking like if you really want to get the most out of Falcon, and this really goes with any character, but especially for Falcon, because of this increased damage to supervillains by 70%, the damage accumulation, and he's got damage accumulation that's 1.5%. Oh my god! And it's an accumulation based on how much damage you deal. So getting this character to tier 3 is really where it's going to be at. Plus, he gets the 50% increase of all attack for 10 seconds. So after you do the tier 3, you can go into your other skills, do tons of damage. Oh my god, this tier 3 looks pretty damn strong. Unfortunately, it looks like you're going to have to get into tier 3 to really get that shine. But let's be honest, characters need to be tier 3 or awakened anyways if you want to play them in Null and Mephisto and really certain other content in the game. But the tier 3 looks awesome. And then we got Taskmaster's tier 3. So we're getting 2 tier 3s, we're getting a combat, and we're getting a speed. And Taskmaster, you know, he's got penetrate everything, 80% chance to penetrate everything for 10 seconds. He has all defense down, goes up to 60%. Only starts off at 5%, so it's not like Falcons where you start off at that 20%. And then he does have immunity to all damage. So he's got invincibility and immunity, so that means this skill cannot be debuffed by Thanos' blue balls. But that's really all the text there is in there. So, okay. So I'm actually already predicting that Taskmaster is just going to be a support. He's probably going to be strong, but I imagine he's probably just going to be a support just from the text I'm looking at. But you know, sometimes you can't read too much into that. You just never know until you actually play with the character. But Falcon looks pretty OP, pretty strong. Taskmaster, I think, is probably just going to be a support more than likely. And then we have Yelena. Oh, Yelena, and this is her awakened skill. Pretty much a lot of the same old typical stuff that we would come to see in awakened skills. I don't see any all defense down unless my eyes are deceiving me, but I don't see any all defense down at all. She does have all defense down already in her uniform, so maybe that's why they decided not to put it on her, and she is pretty freaking OP, guys, already, so we'll wait and see. And then you can see the awakened skill. By the way, you can see the skills here. I think Falcons looks pretty cool. He's kind of flying around, and then he gets up in the air and he shoots his guns at him in the midair. It's pretty cool. Taskmaster does, looks like he's doing quite a few slashes. I would enlarge it, but the quality would look like total shite. And I really love this awakened skill for Yelena. You know, her and Black Widow are walking together, walking away. It's pretty wacky that they're using this version of Yelena instead of her uniform, because her uniform is actually, you know, the hero version. But okay, whatever. And then we have a guided quest tier 3 added. So they've added a guided quest where you can take a character up to tier 3, which is pretty cool. You know, so select and grow one of the designated heroes into tier 3 with a tier 3 mission. And if you do not possess the designated hero or own the hero below tier 2 6-star, the hero will be given as a tier 2 6-star. Oh, wow. So you automatically get the character tier 2 6-star. The guided quest tier mission can be accessed when you have cleared the guided quest tier 2 mission at its maximum progress limit. So once you finish this thing completely, then you can start working on the guided tier 3. Maximum of 10 times and can no longer proceed with it. So you go to the guided quest, tier 2 mission update details, and the mission could still be progressed when you have already grown your hero to tier 2 or above. The tier 3 mission can be progressed only once. So these are the characters they can do the guided tier 3 quest with. I'm not going to go into too much detail about this, but I think it's pretty cool that that option is there available for us. And then it says, when designated a mission hero, you can unlock and select additional heroes with the character plus package. In the plus package, you got to actually pay crystals for. You can see you got 2,500 crystals. On my free-to-play account, I probably won't do this. This might be a decent deal, but I'd rather just do the long haul, just wait, save my crystals for something else. 2,500 crystals can actually get you a few uniforms when they're on sale. I mean, you get you a few OP uniforms, so that would be what I would prefer to do, especially on my free-to-play account. So, but I mean, okay, they offer it. It's nice. I'm kind of scroll down here a little bit. And then you got the Guided Quest Special Plus. They show the crystals. I mean, again, I just would prefer to do it the long route instead of doing it this way. Even on my free-to-play account. It's nice that the option's there, but not for me, not for me. Maybe for some of you other players out there. And then we get to a nice quality of life change. And this is pretty freaking amazing, guys. So what they've done is you can actually click on the ISO 8 set that you want. It's going to do like 20 rounds, I believe. And it'll just, like, it'll automatically stop on that specific ISO 8 set. So currently in the game right now, you know, we have like 8 ISO 8 set bonus, and we'll just click on whatever ISO 8 set you get, right? But here you can actually set it to which one you want, which I think is pretty cool. It does save you a little bit of time. And it also, you know, just kind of, it's really just a quality of life change. And I like it. I like it a lot. We love quality of life. And this one's pretty awesome too. So what they've done now with the Uru amplification is once a Uru slot is amplified, right, and then you roll it again, that Uru slot stays amplified. So if the number of amplified enchanted Uru slots decreases through the Uru amplification slot. So if you got 3 Uru, say 3 slots that are amplified, right, and it decreases to 2, the former status will be applied. So if it decreases to 2, it's still going to have that 3 originally. At least that's the way that I'm taking it. Got a little bit of an evil laugh here, you know. But this is pretty damn cool. So this might save you a lot of gold when you're trying to amplify all 5 of those slots or just 4 of those slots. So I actually love this. I think this is awesome. The ISO 8 set and the Uru amplification thing is freaking amazing. I am down, 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 down. I think it's so freaking cool. It's got auto repeat now where you can just click the auto. So it's just going to keep going until all those slots are completely amplified, which is nice, guys. I mean, that's pretty cool, especially for those of us that just want to kick back, hit the button, and just let it go. I am down for this. This is sweet, sweet, sweet. And then we got the legendary bonus mission added. So now we have a new legendary battle for Black Widow. This is actually pretty cool. I'm actually interested to check this out. You can see all the little rewards that we can get. Okay, you know, nothing really too special, but I mean, it's nice to see that we're getting another little pass, something else maybe to play. And then we get the new future pass. Unfortunately, we don't have any new characters in here, but we really don't need them. It would have been nice if they would have put Yelena in here and just let everybody get, you know, 20 bios or 10 bios, but they didn't, and that's fine. Okay, whatever. A lot of people at this point already have her, and you can buy her for crystals in the store. But okay, and then we have these beautiful, beautiful icons. These are freaking awesome, man. Zemo slapping on the mask. Oh, I love a Falcon. Oh man, these are cool. Very, very nice. Black Widow giving her look, you know, what's up, right? I like it. I like it. And then we got the uniform collection. Personally, I don't put too much stock into this at all. I've never once collected all the uniforms and did the uniform option because you really don't get no reward. It's not really worth it. If you're going to take these uniforms with the Mythic, it's really just because you want to, right? This here is just a little bonus that you actually get. And then other information. The hero skill information screen has been improved to show the valid effects that will be applied by using a skill. So that's actually cool. They actually show if a skill can guard break or what have you. So that's actually really good. I like that. I like that they did that. You know, it's another little quality of life change. The menu game guide skill name glossary category has been improved. An explanation for super guard break has been added under the guard break category. Okay, so guard break cancels enemy attacks and creates an opportunity for a counter attack. Okay, that's going to help a lot of newer players. And then we have offers for new agents. I'm not going to really go into all this. And then we got a lot of little stuff that they're reading here, a lot of little improvements, game error fixes. I'm not going to go into all that, but you can see most of the people so far that have read this have been pretty happy with it. I like it. I think it looks pretty sweet, guys. Like, I think this update looks awesome. I'm really, really happy with the way things are looking. Again, I do think that Taskmaster probably just gonna end up being a support, but you know, you really can't judge a book by its cover. We just don't know until we get it. And as far as Falcon, he looks pretty OP, man. Those tier 3 effects are freaking insane. Getting the extra damage, the extra all attack, the damage accumulation. It's just, you know, the damage to super villains. I mean, That's a lot of OP stuff. So really looking for big things from Falcon. So let me know how you're all feeling about these patch notes. Let me know how you're all feeling about the changes to the ISO set and the Uru amplification. What do you think about the guided quest and so on? And I do stream on Twitch at Reset. The link will be in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.